You know what's awesome? Chuck E. Cheese. You know what else is awesome? Shitty licensed games. If you don't know what I mean, when there's a property that becomes massively successful, some game development company will take the rights to make a video game off of it. Everyone had a licensed game as a kid. I had quite a few actually. But today, I want to talk about these. In the early 2010s, UFO Play got the video game rights to the mouse himself. They made quite a few games off the brand actually. UFO made 5 games in total in the span of 2 years. They really wanted to milk the property as much as they could. I'm assuming they wanted to make as much money as possible while they still had the rights, so they cranked out all of these. So today, I will go through all of these games and see if they were any good. Not too many people talk about these games on YouTube. At least, there aren't that many good ones. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Released on July 27, 2010, Chuck E. Cheese Party Games would mark the first of many CC games. The game was released for both the Wii and DS. The game was very simple. There are quite a few things to do in this game. This game involves you, the player, instead of a Chuck E. Cheese playing games. You start off with only one game unlocked to play, and it wouldn't be a Wii game without Nintendo working in the motion sensor into the game for literally no reason. For most of the mini games, you have to swing your controller or slam your controller or spin your controller and lots of other movements. There are 15 mini games in total that you can play in the arcade. It doesn't take long to unlock them actually. Turns out that after you play a game, the next one automatically opens. Let's go through all the games. Basketball. You just play basketball. Not anything too special. Skee ball. Everyone's favorite arcade game. To play this one, you gotta swing your controller, but you better hope you hold on to it right. One slip and it's flying straight onto your TV screen. Then you move over to Whack-A-Mole, featuring Munch and oh Munch, you're not looking too good. Then you play Lucky Wheel, where you spin the wheel and see how much you land on. Other games include Galaxy Shooters, pretty much Space Invaders, Air Hockey, Jasper's Racing. This one is a small racing game. Mr. Munch Target Practice, test your aim with Mr. Munch. In Photo Hunt, you have to spot the difference between 2 photos. Dancing Queen Helen. Yeah, this exists. Bet you didn't want to know that. In Balloon Alphabet, you have to pop the balloons to make a word. In Cowboy Jasper, you play as Jasper and you have the task of rounding up all the balls in the amount of time you have. Counting 1 to 3 makes you do math. In the game Matching, you have to match the cards. And finally, in Connect the Stars, you have to, connect the stars. And once they're connected, you have yourself a picture of Chucky. I don't know if that's a spoiler alert, but yeah. And that's it. That's the game. It's very simple. It's pretty much like going to Chuck E. Cheese but virtually. A perfect game for the pandemic. It's pretty fun to play actually. All you do is play games, make tickets. The mini games aren't bad. Some of them aren't as good as others like Dancing Queen Helen. But there are some decent ones like Cowboy Jasper. Something I forgot to mention is that if you run out of token, you can go help Pasquale make pizza and he'll give you some free tokens. What a nice man. Something I like about this game is how it includes original poses made for this game, such as this. The Rockstar era seems to really love using the exact same poses over and over again. Now, what score would I give the game? Well, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. It's just a harmless, fun game to play when you're bored. It's not perfect though. The minigames can get kind of boring after a while. They are fun, don't get me wrong, but I feel like playing the same 15 games over and over again can get boring. Also, this game is only one player. I think a lot of these games would be funner if you played against someone. Like Jasper's Racing. You don't even race against anyone. It's just so boring. Overall, a pretty good game with a few flaws. Let's move on. Alright, this game was released on September 28, 2010, and was released exclusively for the DS. This game tried something different compared to the first one. While the first one had you in a Chuck E. Cheese game, this one is a game targeted to little girls, even going as far as to making Helen the face of the game, leaving Chucky to the side. I have to admit, it's kinda cool seeing a different lead for the game. For those of you who don't believe me that this game's target audience is young girls, the description for the game literally states, "This wholesome title is a must-have for the youngest girl gamers, whose collection of games feature casual and learning play at various skill levels. Activities you can do in this game are jewelry maker, where you make jewelry. Most of these things are very self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna explain them. Like hair designer and dress up, and Helen is front and center. Even activities like Spot the Difference and Maze have Helen front and center. Helen is even the only character that's playable in this game. They really wanted you to know that this game is for girls. Not really the biggest fan of this game personally, since this game is for girls ages 4 to 8. But overall, this game isn't bad. You can do much worse. More on that later. Now this is where the downfall begins. Released exclusively on the DS, Chuck E. Cheese Gameroom is... this game. I cannot explain how bad this game is. It's like mobile games as a DS game. This game has rarely anything to do with Chuck E. Cheese. I bet that they had these game concepts on the board and just said, nah, I just slapped Chucky's face on the cover and we'll call it a day. This game features such great things like match the faces, connect the dots, can't forget bowling. This game's format is pretty similar to Playhouse. It's the same template. They even reuse many of the games that connect the dots and find the difference. If you think about it, this game is like Playhouse, but remove the female approach. Literally, the cover doesn't even include Helen. It's as if they realized, if we remove the whole girl aesthetic, we can sell this game to more kids. So pretty much it's a modified version of Playhouse, with only a few changes. Oh shit, that voice crack. Pretty cheap, 3 out of 10, it's a crappy game. But if you're on a road trip or something with a DS, this game can be enjoyable, I guess. But there are plenty of other games at the same price you could get it. Now take it with a grain of salt. I know a lot of the games things are also from Playhouse and party games, but I don't know, this one just feels like cheap compared to the other two. Released on March 1st, 2011, Chuck E. Cheese Sports Games had Chuck and the Gang back on the Wii, and only the Wii. Yes, this is the first CC game that didn't have a DS version. Unlike party games, sports games is multiplayer, and unlike all the other games so far, you can choose your character. Like in the first game, you were forced to play as a character depending on the minigame. In the second one, you could only play as Helen, and the third one, you didn't play as any of them. Looks like they're updating the flaws from the previous installment. I wonder what else oh my god. Yeah, UFO Games decided to try doing 3D models for this game, and they don't look too good. Oh god, they're hideous. What did they do to you? This looks like an SFM video, but nope, it's a video game. The game itself doesn't look too good either. I don't get why they decided to go with the 3D style. Maybe they thought that some of the movements would be hard to do in 2D. Also, in typical Nintendo fashion, every single one of these games has you swing your controller. I do appreciate the variety of games though. There's quite a few things to do in this game. I'm not gonna say them all because I don't feel like typing them, so here they are. Just take a second to look at them. Read every single one of them. And the graphics are very bad. Like Chucky's foot just kind of goes through the railing there. And oh god, look at that animation. The game also lacks originality. Many of these concepts have been done countless times, like in games like Mario Kart. So overall, I think that this game is an okay game. It could be fun, but after a while it just gets kind of repetitive, since you don't really have anything to unlock. Besides unlocking Munch. Yeah, for some reason they decided to make Munch an unlockable character. I feel like they should have had only Chucky and Helen playable for the first half of the game, so you can have more characters to unlock. These 3D models aren't good honestly, and I wish that they stuck with 2D for the game. But then again, without this game we wouldn't have gotten these iconic pieces. And I thought the Rockstar renders were bad. This game is actually the second to last CC game made by UFO. So let's move on to their last game and see if they ended on a high note. Released on September 20th, 2011, UFO published their last CC game. So what is it about? Well, let's take a look. What am I looking at? This is the last game. This game is garbage. All they did was grab party games and sports games and put them together. I'm assuming that their contract with CEC was coming to an end, but they wanted to get more money off the brand without putting any of the effort. Super isn't the word I would have chosen for this game because it's not super. It's just shoving previous games into one, and that's it. I have literally nothing else to say about this game since I already talked about them. It's kinda sad that this is their send-off. This was their last game to ever be on the console, and this is what they give us? This is just sad. After 4 games, you end with this garbage. And that's it. Their contract with CEC ended, and we never saw a CEC game ever again. Until... Alright, if I'm being honest, I didn't even know this game existed. After I finished the script for the video, I was informed on Twitter that there was 2 more CEC games that were exclusively on the Nintendo eShop. The first game was Chuck E. Cheese Arcade Room. But anyway, Optimus Prime Bro was kind enough to do all the research for me. He sent me a long message on Twitter, and I just want to thank him for taking the time to write all of that. Seriously, go subscribe to him. Like, please. So let's get right into it. Released on April 26, 2012, Chuck E. Cheese Arcade Room was released on the Nintendo eShop for $4.99. Now, what does this game offer? It's pretty much party games but worse. This is the 3rd time we've seen this game now. So yeah, it has the same games like Jasper's Racing, Mr. Munch Target Practice, Alley Roller, Skee Ball, Basketball, Smash a Munch, and Dress Up. It's just the exact same games but on the 3DS. The controllers are different though. The Wii had you swing your controller a lot since it had the motion sensors, but the 3DS obviously doesn't have the motion sensors. Here are the controllers. Look at them. Read them if you want. There isn't really much else to say about this game. It's just a port. Let's turn to the second one. Didn't know this game existed? Guess what? You're not alone. This game was released on December 13th, 2012, and the storyline is a bit different to all of the other Chuck E. Cheese games. While the other games were pretty much just activities, there's actually some sort of story in this game. So they basically took Mr. Munch Target Practice and turned it into a story-based game. Pretty much there is a planet made entirely of cheese inhabited by aliens. In search of new foods, they discover pizza. The aliens then proceed to take all of Earth's pizza, and Chuck E. Cheese Aliens Defense Force is formed to save the pizza. Chuck E. Cheese Alien Defense Force consists of Chuck and Munch. The game has 5 different levels, which to beat, you have to hit specific amounts of each different alien before the timer runs out. Chuck has a water gun, which doesn't need to be reloaded as often, but needs more precision. Munch has water balloons, which don't need as much precision, but need to be reloaded more often. This game decided to have like a story for some reason, but like, why exactly? I mean, I appreciate it for them trying something new instead of just your average mini games, but then again, it's just Mr. Munch Target Practice, only that it's the entire game. I forgot to mention that this game also includes power-ups. You got the combo button and the special shop button. For Chucky, you get unlimited ammo for a while, and for Munch, you get a few extra water balloons. So that's really cool. It's kind of sad how the gameplay isn't really that creative. I mean, they tried doing their own story, but failed at the gameplay. That's a problem with a lot of games based on brands. They can come up with the story and the gameplay is pretty average, such as the Epic Mickey games. Anyone remember those games? Yeah, good story, horrible gameplay. I'm pretty sure they could have done a lot more with this game if they tried more. Then again, this game was also only dumped on the Nintendo eShop, proving that they didn't have much hope in this game in the first place. After you beat all 5 levels, you find out that Earth is saved and all the pizza comes back to Earth. I'll at least give the team some points for at least trying something new, instead of, you know, doing party games 100 times. Sadly, this is now the final game UFO ever made. I don't have any more secret ones. This is actually it. Just a game that was dumped on the Nintendo eShop for $4. Helen, Jasper, and Pasquale aren't even in this game. The whole game is just Chucky and Munch. So, it's not really the best way to end the series. Hopefully UFO and Chuck E. Cheese make another deal soon to make more video games. I couldn't find any specific reason on why their contract ended, why they didn't renew it, or make some sort of new deal. But I guess that's just it for UFO. That's right, we're not done yet. You really think I was just gonna end the video like that? Ha, no. After 5 years without a CEC game, Chuck E. Cheese themselves decided to release a free mobile game on the App Store. That game was Skate Universe. Basically, in this game, you skateboard. You know, I've noticed that so many of these games' titles are self-explanatory. But anyway, you have 3 stages you can skate on. There are many obstacles in your way. You can avoid them by moving side to side, jumping, double jumping, or ducking. The obstacles change depending on the stage you choose. Like how you can go on Yeti River Run. The obstacle are things like Narwhal, Snowman. In this game, the point system isn't the usual tickets. Instead, in the game, you have to collect dead fish. Okay, kind of a weird choice. The 3 stages in this game are Yeti River Run, which has a snow theme, with things like ice, cabins, and snowmen. Coconut Park, which has a nature theme, with elements like trees, rocks, and vines. And finally, Sweetscape, which has a candy theme. This game isn't bad. It just gets a bit repetitive playing the same 3 maps over and over again. Especially since the second and third one use the same format with different skins. But hey, Chuck doesn't look half bad in this game. It's better than this. I also like how you can style your skateboard gear. And even the skateboard. There are even things you can unlock, such as different skins for your board. There are even some Easter eggs, such as the leaderboard containing characters from CEC, such as Steve Waters and Munch. Alright, as much as I'm praising this game, what it lacks is originality. There are so many games like this where all you have to do is skate. They don't even put their own spin on the game format. They just slap Chucky's face on it. But overall, it's an okay game. And it's much better than this piece of shit. There was a common theme with CEC games. They are all either really shit or okay. From the first time I played this game, I knew that it was garbage. Alright, let's slow down a bit. Back in 2018, CEC released their second mobile game, being titled Chuck E. Cheese Racing World. In this game, you can play as Chucky, Helen, and Jasper. The thing is, you start off with only Chucky unlocked. You must complete a challenge to unlock them. More on that later. The game allows you to either do a quick race or a mission. If you do a quick race, it just sends you to a racetrack and has you race against Helen and Jasper CPUs. Just like in Mario Kart, this game gives you power-ups. There are only 2 though. One power-up lets you go really fast, while the other one is just a water balloon. There are only 3 tracks. One has you on what I think is a table at a Chuck E. Cheese's. The second one is a western place, and the final one is a space race. Something I really like is that the music in this game is the instrumental version of CEC songs, depending on the stage. The music consists of Fun, In the Future, and Arizona. It's pretty cool. But anyway, missions have you do other things, like complete a race in a minute to get tickets. What else is there? Oh yeah, the trailer. I really like this trailer. It's pretty underrated, honestly. It reminds me of those Nintendo commercials from the early 2000s. If you want to watch them, here's a card. Watch them. Alright, are we done with the good? Alright, let's get on to why this game sucks. The reason I don't like this game is down to one reason. Gameplay. Whoever coded this game is horrible. If you move your finger even a little to a different direction, if you get too close to someone, you get glitched all over the screen or laid on your side or fall off the stage. You just can't move. When you throw the water balloon at someone and drive by them, the balloon somehow hits you as well. The mechanics are just really messy in this game. But that's pretty much it for the gameplay. Now let's talk about poor decisions for the game. First of all, things are extremely horrific to look at. And I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty stupid to unlock Helen and Jasper. You have to complete a challenge. What's the problem? Well, you have to unlock a challenge to unlock the character. I haven't unlocked the characters yet because I still don't have enough tickets to unlock the challenge to unlock the character. Maybe I just suck, but I'm gonna blame it on you for all my shortcomings. I'm sorry, this game is just not a good one. And unlike all the other bad ones, this one would never be entertaining. It's just a frustrating game. And it's sad that this is the last CEC game. So sadly, we will not end on a high note. I'm sorry for that little outburst. That game just makes me really mad. But anyway, we're officially finished. This took a long time to write and edit, so you better have actually watched it and not just skip to random points of the video. CC has had a very interesting history with their video games, moving from consoles to eShop to the App Store. I wish they tried harder with these games, because the ideas that they had weren't really good, but I don't blame them for struggling. They were tasked with making video games for a restaurant. That doesn't sound easy. And at least some of them were alright, and had some charm. I'll give them props on that. I would like to once again thank Optimus Prime Bird for the information on Chuck E. Cheese Alien Defense Force and Arcade Room. Here's his Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Go check him out. He's awesome. If I had to sum up these games in one word, it would be unsatisfying. Maybe CC will make another video game in the near future. For all we know, they could be developing one in the background as I'm making this video. Who knows? They did make a new app recently, but it's not a video game. It's just, like, locations and shit. I started this video in July. It's September as I'm recording this audio. And, I'm just really tired, okay? So there. I'm done with this video. Took way longer than I thought it would. Now, if you could do me a favor, click the thumbs up icon right now and have yourself a good day. Goodbye. See you in the next one.